Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money raised.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the Baltimore Ravens and our home team. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This one taken from the 7th. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Waiting.
I got you, son. Check. Lucky.
Done. 40's the mark. Tighten up.
On first down, Callaway. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Focus, defense, focus.
Man 5-7. We got double up. Here.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40.
What's that?
To throw his wins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 45-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Sliding out of the pocket, and this one's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Hey, yo, hey, go down.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 57 to Mike.
Now here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes to throw once more. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Look. I got him. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
Yellow, 480.
Now a handoff looking right. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Jerome Baker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Well, hey, we're going Mike 40, Mike 40.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there, huh?
Here.
I got motion.
To throw, it's Wentz. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On play action, it's Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Looking for Campbell downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Set the tone, defense, let's go.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes on the move to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Yellow.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Lefty. Two jet. Go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
There we go.
Here's Wentz to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now they try the right side here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12.
Back man.
At the 37-yard
46 down, man. 5-4.
Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
On second and 12, Wentz. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 6.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They come up first and 10 at the 16.
Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
They'll run on first down. Callaway, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
Here we go.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Working from the gun, Wentz. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye.
Watch the screen. Pass. He's cracked.
On second down now, Callaway. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Shift. 5-9. Hey, Charlie.
On third down, Callaway. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard. Line.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Flushed out right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Hey, come on up here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
We're 5-10.
Now Wentz on third down. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Now a handoff looking right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
15. Yellow.
57's the mic. Rock 57. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. 57's the mic.
15, yellow.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be caught. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. But that was a bit of a desperation throw on 4th down. Both receiver and defender go up for it, but he got it. Now they're set up really nicely.
On the other side of the ball, absolute frustration. He was right at the hip of the receiver the entire time, but desperation won.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Play action. Now Wentz. He hits Blue. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Kill.
Right here.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. He's got Smith here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's see what you got.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Wide, get wide.
81.
Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd down, Callaway. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route.
Wentz's pass complete to number 82. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Hey, orbit.
Tighten up. Tighten up.
Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Hang in there now. Hey, switch up.
On 3rd down, Callaway. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it. Wentz to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Wentz. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. Breaks a tackle. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Check 31. Check 31. 57. Mike, 57. 65.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, and the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Bravo!
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Trey 15. Trey 15.
I'm going.
Sunday.
I'm going back to you.
Smooth.
Check 3.
Wentz to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40, Mike 40.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move but couldn't free much space. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
43.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this? And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
74. Hey, Foxtrot.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Results in a 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Slam. Check safety. 25. Check
flag.
Check 25.
Here we go.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Yellow.
Get that quarterback.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Quarterback, D-line. Watch the eye. Go. Hey, check Mike 57.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd